Hello. I want to make a video today because I'm thinking so much at the moment because I have got loads running through my mind, and sometimes I find that making a video is one of the kind of few things that helps get it out of me without me having to face a direct human. Even though that can be really helpful, it doesn't always feel right. So I think I want to document like a journey, but at the same time, I feel like I always say that and then I don't go through with it. So let's see. But in essence, and I have spoken about these things briefly before, touched on them before, I think the reason why I'm struggling to find my words is because I feel I've got extremely mixed feelings about this, which is a very odd thing. It's strange to kind of like embark on something that you have quite mixed feelings about, and I don't think that's particularly common in this instance of what I'm about to say. So I experience a lot of anxiety. I always have. I've spoken about it before. It affects my stress levels and my health and kind of like my migrainous symptoms. I suffer with it. I suffer with anxiety, and I feel like anxiety is such an incredibly like universal thing. So many people suffer with it. I wonder if everybody suffers with it in slightly different ways. And we've all got different triggers, I guess. And I kind of have been trying to put together pieces of a puzzle best I can, even though I know that I can't necessarily easily do that. It's tempting to figure out like what I'm saying right now doesn't make any sense, but I try and figure, you know how people like look at horoscopes and that helps them understand their life. I think that's me at the moment. I'm like, what is going on? Let me figure this all out. So I don't know, and I might never know, but something that had occurred to me, and as you can see, lots of things have been occurring to me. I was a few weeks ago thinking about ADHD, which I still don't know. But something that maybe a week after that video occurred to me was that I have definitely always been impacted by my cycle. I've definitely always been impacted by the 1 to 2 weeks leading up to my period, and especially the I would say that the 3 days leading up. And again, I know this is extremely common. I think it is actually very sad that it is so common, because I can only speak for myself, but I am hugely impacted by it. And by that, I mean impacted in a way where I'm kind of in a state of like panic and anxiety, which is me at the best of times, but like dialed up to 100. And that makes it so hard to focus. And so I think that was obviously why a bit of part of why I was thinking about ADHD. I'm still not sure. I know that being assessed and tested and all blah 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 will take a very long time. So I was kind of thinking, okay, well maybe I need to take the cycle aspect of how it impacts my mental health more seriously. And I just recognise that certain life stresses take me to very dark, sad places. I wouldn't say that I've been suffering with any suicidal ideation, thank goodness, but just a kind of a lot of anxiety and a lot of kind of constant depression and not feeling totally happy and right. And at the moment, for me, there are some really particular triggers. Woohoo! Um, there's some very particular triggers which I really wish I could sit and blurt them all out. But I won't. But I would love to more than anything. I would love more than anything to say what is upsetting me, or what is making me feel down on a regular basis. It might make me a bit too vulnerable to share all of that, but yeah, I wish I could say what I'm feeling, what I'm thinking about. But yeah, in essence, I thought, okay, well, let me be practical about this. Speaking to my counsellor, he's advised to kind of like put an action plan in place for the couple weeks leading up to my period. And I decided that also maybe a GP appointment would be good also. I have OCD, and I think kind of like a light bulb moment. I was like, my OCD is horrifically worse in that 2 weeks before period time frame. I can have the same thought in the other 2 weeks and have a small to zero reaction to that thought. And 3 days before my period, I can have one of the most minor thoughts and I feel like somebody who's in a plane that's crashing is like my reaction to the thought. And I think something that's really difficult about mental health is that we all have mental health, we all have mental illness to an extent, I feel like. And I feel like despite the fact that we speak about it so much and that there's so much less stigma than there was, I think what we don't have a lot of is tolerance for people just not being okay. So we do in the terms of like people being like, I suffer from anxiety, and people being like, I recognize that is a thing. Thank you for sharing. But where I feel like we've got more work to do as a society is if somebody says, I'm feeling shit, something's just happened, it's made me feel shit. It's just going, oh, that sucks, man. I'm so sorry. Like, hope you feel better in a bit. But I feel like as a society, if someone's feeling anxious, if someone's feeling stressed, if somebody's in a bit of a panicky swirl, I just feel like we're so quick to be like, just don't think about it, don't do this, don't do that, just don't let that bother you. Like, we're very frightened, I feel like, as a society, of emotion. And I don't think that helps. I feel like that reinforces anxiety, because it's like the more you feel like you can't feel something, you're fighting it desperately. So I think something that would definitely help me and would probably literally help all of us is if we could just sometimes be like, I'm mad stressed, I'm freaking out about this, and for everyone around us to not just be like, you just get back in your box and you freaking stop worrying and and just be like, mate, I hear that. Do you know how helpful that is? So fucking helpful. It shouldn't have to be that people are saying, I'm suicidal, I'm having OCD, I've got this, I've got that, I've got these, diagnoses, for people to go, oh, okay. It should be that in all the steps leading up to that, we can go, I'm feeling really anxious. This is freaking me out. Um, I'm worried I'm worried I'll be alone forever. I'm worried that I'm worried about money. I'm worried about the state of things. I'm worried I'm going to mess this up. I'm worried I'm going to fail. And just have someone go, "Yes, I hear you. Hold my hand, we'll get through it together." Rather than, "Oh God, shut up." I think that's a huge problem. I think that's a huge problem. Um, yes. Um, so that's why I feel quite mixed at the moment. I am about to start Sertraline, and I have like multiple reasons of why I feel funny about that. One being that I feel quite sure that if I could change certain aspects of my life or just have people be a little bit more understanding, I might not need to go down that road. But, you know, I've got to try and function. So, oh, okay, yes, notification. I've got to try and function. So I'm like, okay, let me give this a go. I just wanted to say that I kind of wanted to document the journey because I've got a lot of anxiety about taking the drug, which I think is also very, very normal. I'm hoping mainly that it will help me with my very, very bad anxiety before my period and the OCD that I suffer with. I'm hoping that it will take the edge off of that at least. But yeah, I've got my nerves because I've heard that it can give you an upset stomach, and I suffer very badly with emetophobia. So I'm really nervous. I just thought this might help. This might help people who maybe have emetophobia, maybe are afraid of other side effects. Like, I don't want to lose my libido. Hello, what the fuck? Like, I feel very mixed about this. Like, I would like to. I don't even know how long to be on it. I have no idea. So I'm in this like very like what am I doing? And one bit of me is like, screw it, don't go on it. You don't need it. And it's like, yeah, I think I don't think I do need it if I can, have the ideal world. But I feel like at the moment, those moments where I literally cannot concentrate at work because, like I say, I feel like I'm in a crashing plane. Uh, I obviously do need some help, but when I feel fine, like now, it's very difficult to um, be like, okay, let me take this drug that might have all these side effects. It's really tricky. So I just thought I would say that, hopefully document it. Maybe come back in a week or a few days or something. I don't know. But if you're interested, yeah, let's see what happens.